I ordered a bunch of new seeds for the garden this year and everything has finally arrived. So today I'm going to be showing you what I got. Mill, what are you doing back there? He's exploring. There he is. Oh, gotta love the kitties. So it's kind of hard to believe, but we are already at that point in the year when it's time to start seriously working on garden stuff. And I am so excited, just like every other year. And I'm especially excited to try some of these new varieties that I ordered. Now, if you're newer here on my channel and you haven't gone back too far in my videos, then you might not even realize that gardening videos is a thing that I do. But it is. I like to sprinkle them throughout with the rest of my content during the growing season, just to show you what I'm growing. It's a good opportunity for us to talk about lots of delicious produce, which I think is really fun, and to show you some cool varieties of things that you could either grow yourself or maybe you can find at your local farmer's market. And with this being the first gardening video of this growing season, I am super pumped. A lot of you let me know last year that you really like the gardening videos, so that is why I'm bringing them back this year. And I'm gonna be doing some of the same stuff. I'm gonna be doing the updates about every month or so, showing you how things are growing, what's going on, things that are doing well, maybe things that aren't doing so well, and also showing you the produce that I'm actually getting out of the garden. I might do some harvest videos here or there, but if there's anything else that you would like to see a video about gardening wise, then definitely let me know in the comments, because I want to make the videos that you want to watch. And I'm not a gardening expert by any means, but over the few years that I've been trying my hand at this thing, I have learned a few things. So if you have a question or something you'd like more info on and I feel like I know enough to talk about it, then I'm certainly happy to do that. Okay, now that I've run my mouth for a little bit, let's get into the actual seeds, because that's what you came here to see. Now, as far as where I buy my seeds, I ordered seeds from two places this year, Seed Savers Exchange and Baker's Creek, and I will link both of those for you below the video if you want to check them out and get any of your own seeds. And I like getting seeds from both of these places because they both have a lot of heirloom and historic varieties, and overall they just have seeds that aren't as common, which I think is really fun, because when I'm growing my garden, one thing I really like about it is that I can grow stuff that I can't find at the grocery store or maybe even at the farmer's market, and so you get all these different colors and shapes and flavors and things that otherwise you wouldn't be able to eat. Now, I've divided the seeds up by category because that just made more sense to me, and most of these are new, but a couple are things that I'm repurchasing, so I'll let you know as we go through which those are. So getting started, the first one I have here is the purple potted pole bean. I got these from Seed Savers, and this one is a repurchase for me, and these are really cool because they're just like any other green bean, but they are purple instead of being green. And I really liked these last year because not only did they just produce well and do a really good job for us in the garden. I mean, we ate a ton of green beans over the summer last year between this and the other variety that we like to grow, but we even had extra to freeze for later, which was really nice. But in addition to that, being purple means that they are a lot easier to pick than a standard green bean because they don't blend in as much with the green foliage, which is really nice because it means that you miss fewer beans when you're out there picking. Next up is cucumber. So the first one I got is another repurchase. This is the Parade cucumber. The first year we grew this, it went crazy. We had a ton of cucumbers. Now the past couple of years, we haven't had as much luck with cucumbers. I don't know why. I don't know if it's something that we did. Maybe they just weren't in a good spot. Every year is different. You never know. But I'm hoping that these will do well for us again because, I mean, I'm not a huge cucumber person, but I do like to have them, and I also really like pickles. So if I could have enough to make pickles to have for later, that would be nice too. And then I decided to throw in another variety just to switch things up and see if we could find another new favorite. So this is also from Seed Savers, and this is the double yield cucumber. And it's called that because it's supposed to produce a lot. So hopefully that's true for us, but we'll see what happens. Next up is peppers, and we have got a lot of peppers to go through. So the first one here is from Seed Savers. This is the Ralph Thompson's squash pepper, and this is a hot pepper. And this is one that Jason picked because he thought it looked cool. And as you can see, it kind of has this ridged squash appearance, which is pretty neat. So I thought that sounded fun. I'm all for growing, weird and interesting looking vegetables. So we'll see how this one is. I'm really excited to try it out. Then moving on to the next ones, this is kind of a combo. So we'll do these together. These are from Seed Savers, and these are mini bell peppers. And I thought this would be fun. We got the yellow and we got the red. I thought it would be fun because we have grown bell peppers in the past, just kind of standard size ones, and they do fine. They're great, but you kind of wait all summer just to get these peppers off because it's a large fruit and it takes time to grow. And I saw someone online said, they really liked having the mini peppers because you kind of get a little bit and you get them more quickly, which is nice. So we're gonna put these in the mix this year, and I thought these would be great just so we can have some sweet peppers a little earlier, but also, you know, for snacking and stuff, it's kind of fun. So we'll see how these guys do. Next up is a little test that I'm doing. We're gonna have a little pepper battle here. So we have never grown jalapenos before, which probably sounds crazy, but I just always like to try different cool types. But, you know, we thought we should try to grow some jalapenos. Jason has really wanted to grow some too, and so I got two different varieties. So one is from Seed Savers. This is the Traveler Strain Jalapeno, and then this other one is called Craig's Grande, and this is from Baker's Creek. And I wanted to do this because I thought it would be cool to try two different types and see how they do. And it might be that we really like one better than the other. It might be that we like them both for different reasons and we want to keep growing both of them. We might decide that we don't like either of them and we just want to go with the other kinds that we've been testing out. But I think this is going to be a fun little experiment to see how they compare, how they do in the garden, and overall what we're able to get out of them. Moving on to a pepper that I'm really excited to grow. This is from Baker's Creek, and this is the Chinese 5-color pepper. And you can see here on the package, it comes in a lot of different colors. So the way this pepper works, this is a hot pepper, by the way. This pepper starts out this purple color on the plant, and then it kind of transitions through all of these until it gets to red. So I'm really excited because one, it's supposed to have peppers at different stages of ripeness on it all the time. So you kind of get this multicolor effect, which is just really pretty. But also I'm excited to try the peppers at different stages, the different colors, and see how they taste. And if I like one better than the other, I think it's going to be a fun thing to try out. And this next one is kind of similar to that one actually. This is from Baker's Creek, and this is the Buena Mulata pepper. And this is another one that starts out purple and kind of transitions through those same kind of colors until it gets to red. So again, I'm excited to try at the different stages, but I'm also excited about this one because these are very little peppers, which means that they should be some of the first ones to ripen in the garden. And with peppers, it's always the kind of the crunch time with the summer to try to get as much as we can out as possible because they usually don't ripen until the later months. So it'll be nice to have something that hopefully will come in a little bit earlier. Next we have a melon. This is from Seed Savers, and this is the Charente melon. It's a French melon. I have two other French melons that I grew last year that did really well. And since we had such good luck, I thought let's add a third one and see how this does. So this is one that people say is like one of the best ever, tastes amazing. And I was like, okay, that sounds like a good thing that we should try to grow. So it should be interesting. One thing I did read when I was kind of doing my research and deciding what I wanted to buy was that this is one that gets ripe real quick. Like, you know, you go out there one day and it's not, and the next day it is, and you need to pick it right away. So that is one thing that I'm worried about, just knowing when it's ripe. And anytime you grow something for the first time, it's always that kind of, the first couple maybe you don't get it the right time because you're just not sure. So that's part of it with anything, but especially because people said that this turns so quick, I'm definitely gonna have to be out there making sure that I'm checking it, looking at it, and making sure that I know when it's ripe because I don't want to lose them. But if we're able to figure it out and we have good luck and we pick them at the right time, then these are supposed to be delicious. So I'm really excited to see how they turn out. Now it's time to get into the tomato seeds, and you probably know that tomatoes are one of my favorite things ever. I love them so much. That's why I use the hashtag Tomato Queen when I have any tomato picks or when I'm out in the garden, because I think of myself as the tomato queen. I don't know, maybe that's weird. But as far as tomatoes go, we have a few different fun varieties this year that we're going to try in addition to all the other ones I want to grow. I think I'm probably going to have around 40 tomato plants in the garden this year, so, you know, don't judge. I just like them a lot. But the first one that we're going to be trying is the Isis Candy Cherry. So this one is a red tomato, but it kind of has this cat's eye appearance. You can't see it too well here on the packaging, but what is supposed to happen is you kind of get this starburst effect on the end of it where it's kind of like yellow mixed in with the red. So we'll see how that turns out and how clear that is, or if it just looks like a red tomato, I don't know. But a lot of people said regardless of how it looks, it tastes amazing, and a lot of people said it was one of their favorites, so I thought that would be a good one to try. Next up is the Japanese Trifle Black. So this is a kind of brick black tomato, and this is one that people said was really good, had a great flavor, and it also kind of has a little bit of a pear shape, which is different and fun. And it's also a kind of medium-sized tomato, which is nice because, again, I like having different sizes of of things because things will ripen at different times, and just having different stuff I feel like is always a good idea. Another type, this is from Baker's Creek. Those last two were from Seed Savers. This is the purple bumblebee tomato. So this is another cherry, and this is red, but it has green striping on it. You can kind of see back here in the picture. This is supposed to be another one that just has great flavor, and I think visually it also looks really pretty. So that one should be fun, and we still have more tomatoes. So here we go. We got two more. Now, these two are both from a tomato breeder that does some really cool stuff. So his farm is called Wild Boar Farm out in California, and they sell his seeds at Baker's Creek, and he has just created all of these different cool varieties. He's really famous for his tie-dye tomatoes and his black tomatoes. So the first one we have here, this is the Black Beauty. This is a large tomato, and I mean, look at that. It's just like, it's black. It's not even purple. And I think these are going to be really cool. I don't know. We'll see how they do. But just the idea of having a black tomato, I think is just a cool thing to have. I have seen people say that depending on the sun, like sometimes it'll have some red shades in it or whatever, depending on how the sun hits it. I don't know. But either way, it's supposed to taste really good too. So I thought that would be a fun one to try. And then this other one I got from him is called the Berkeley, Pink Berkeley Tie-Dye. So it is a green and kind of red tie-dye thing going on. So I thought this one would be a fun one to try too. All right, we're getting to the home stretch. We just have a few more fun things. This is a purple basil that I got from Seed Savers. We had really good luck with basil last year. If you saw the videos last year, our basil went crazy, especially the Italian and the Thai basil, and we used a lot of it. It was great. And I thought it would be fun to try, you know, another color, another variety put in the mix. Again, purple basil, not something that you probably see at your grocery store, so I think that makes it fun, and just kind of another thing to try. And then I got this Petite Marigold mix from Baker's Creek. And I thought this would be good to just add some more flowers to the garden, add some color. It's also supposed to be good for keeping away some of the critters that like to eat up a lot of the produce in the garden, which we don't have a ton of trouble with that. I mean, we have had issues here or there, but we've been able to correct them or deal with them or try something new that's helped solve the problem. So we don't have any real huge giant issues I'm trying to deal with specifically, but you know, I just thought it would be a good thing to have. And then I got this packet of seeds. This was free with my Baker's Creek order. So, you know, a lot of times these seed companies, if you order a certain amount or whatever, they'll throw in something that's a little bonus. So this is a Brunswick cabbage. I don't know if I'll grow this. I've never grown cabbages before. Maybe it's something I'll try out this fall. I'm not making any promises, but you know, now I've got these seeds in my collection, so I can either use them myself or give them to someone else. But either way, you know, it's nice to have something else that I can try out. And wait, don't leave, because I also have a little surprise for you. So this is something that I ordered that, you know, isn't a seed, but it's related to this whole thing, and I'm excited about it. So this is a seedling heat mat that I ordered. I'll have the link for it if you want to go check it out. But I got this because I want to try a different method for starting some of my seeds this year. So in the past, I've just done them in little cells with some soil, put them in there, let them germinate, do their thing. But I have seen that people use a different method for pepper seeds. It's called the paper towel method. You can look it up, but basically it's germinating your seeds on a heat mat in a damp paper towel before you put it in the soil, because especially with pepper seeds, they take forever to germinate, and sometimes you're like, is anything even happening? Sometimes they might not have great germination rates overall, and so you're kind of waiting and waiting, and you're like, what's going on in there under the soil? I don't know what's happening. So I thought this would be good because I can just do them in the paper towel with the heat mat, get them started a little bit earlier, and also I think it'll be nice because it means I'm not going to be wasting little cells for seeds that aren't just going to do their thing. Once they germinate on the paper towel, then you can put them in, and you know that that seed is doing its thing and trying to get to where it needs to be a pepper plant. So I'm going to try that out, and hopefully that will help me save some soil, save some space, and just overall be more efficient. That's my hope anyways, and I actually haven't opened this up yet, so let's look at it. It's a lot smaller than I expected as far as how well it's packaged. So it comes in this little pouch, I guess, which is nice to kind of keep it contained. And let's see, oh, we've got a little drawstring, very fancy. And let's see, oh, okay. So it's super thin. Let me get the plastic out of here. And you know, it's this plasticky material, so you know, you obviously don't want to put this underwater, but you know, as you're watering your plants, if it gets a little splatter on it, it's totally fine. It's kind of like a heating pad, but for seeds instead of for your back or your stomach when you're having period cramps or whatever. Okay, so it's kind of rolled up right now because it's been in its box. But there you can see, so, you know, it's nothing crazy. Some people use these for just starting seeds in general to keep the soil warm, and they'll put it under their trays. I'm not getting into that. I'm not trying to buy a ton of these. But I think this will be good for what I'm going to use it for. I'll let you know. If it's a disaster, then I'll tell you that, but I don't think it's going to be. It's the best seller on Amazon, and I just think it's going to be really good, and I'm excited to try something new. That's the one thing I love about gardening, is trying all the new stuff, like that you get to keep learning things and learning things and learning things. I think that's really fun, and just the whole process of, like, you know, not expecting it to be perfect or everything to go exactly as planned, but just kind of working with the plants and seeing what's going to happen and trying different stuff. I think that's a big part of the fun of the whole gardening process. And let me know in the comments, have you picked up any seeds yet, and what kind of stuff are you planning to grow in your garden this year? And if you like this video and you like the gardening videos in general, then make sure to give this one a thumbs up. And if you are new here and you want more healthy eating tips and nutrition info and healthy recipes and my gardening videos, then make sure that you subscribe, because eating healthy and living a healthy lifestyle really doesn't have to be complicated, and I want to show you how to do it. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.